Did the army just fold? We're talking about thousands of troops, a crucial strategic deployment to Poland, and suddenly, it's all called off. Republican lawmakers are absolutely livid, and they are not holding back. We're seeing a major showdown brewing on Capitol Hill, and the questions are piling up fast. What exactly is going on with our military deployments, and why are our allies, and even our own representatives, being left in the dark? Before we dive into this explosive development, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss a single crucial update. The news is stark. Republican lawmakers on Friday unleashed a barrage of questions at Army leaders regarding the Pentagon's abrupt decision to cancel the temporary deployment of 4,000 troops to Poland. The sentiment on Capitol Hill is one of profound dissatisfaction. House Armed Services Committee Chair Mike Rogers, a prominent Republican from Alabama, didn't mince words. He stated unequivocally that the committee is not happy and that they don't know what's going on here. This isn't just a minor procedural hiccup, it's a significant policy reversal that has sent shockwaves through the political establishment. The context here is critical. These 4,000 troops were slated for a temporary deployment to Poland, a key NATO ally situated on the eastern flank of Europe, a region that has been a focal point of international tension, particularly in light of ongoing geopolitical instability. The decision to deploy them was seen as a strong signal of U.S. commitment to regional security and deterrence. Now, with the cancellation, questions immediately arise about the rationale behind this sudden change of heart. Was there a security threat that prompted this? Was there a budgetary concern? Or is this indicative of a broader shift in U.S. foreign policy strategy that hasn't been clearly communicated? The lawmakers, particularly those on the House Armed Services Committee, feel blindsided. Their very role is to oversee the Department of Defense and ensure accountability. When a decision of this magnitude is made without clear explanation or adequate consultation, it undermines their authority and raises serious concerns about transparency and strategic planning. Chair Rogers' statement, "We don't know what's going on here, but I just tell you we're not happy with what we're seeing," perfectly encapsulates the frustration and suspicion that has taken hold. So, what does this mean? For starters, it could signal uncertainty in U.S. defense commitments. Allies like Poland look to the United States for reassurance and a consistent presence. A sudden cancellation of troop deployments can erode that confidence, potentially leading to increased anxiety and a scramble for alternative security arrangements. It could also embolden adversaries who might interpret this as a sign of wavering resolve. Furthermore, it raises questions about the internal decision-making process within the Pentagon and the Biden administration. Was this a unilateral decision by the Army? Was there input from the State Department or the National Security Council? The lack of clarity suggests a potential disconnect between different branches of government or a lack of cohesive communication, which is never a good sign for national security. Who is affected? Poland, of course, is directly impacted. Their security calculus relies in part on the presence and commitment of U.S. forces. NATO as a whole is affected, as the strength and cohesion of the alliance are often demonstrated through joint deployments and exercises. American service members who were preparing for this deployment are also affected, facing disrupted plans and potentially uncertainty about future assignments. And critically, the American taxpayers, who fund these military operations, are affected by decisions that are not transparent or demonstrably in the national interest. The possible outcomes are varied and could be significant. One outcome is that the administration might be forced to provide a more robust explanation, potentially revealing a complex strategic maneuver or a genuine security concern that was not initially apparent. Another outcome could be increased political friction between Congress and the White House, leading to further investigations and potentially impacting future defense budgets or foreign policy initiatives. It could also lead to a re-evaluation of how military deployments are communicated and managed, aiming for greater transparency and collaboration with legislative bodies. The implications for U.S. foreign policy could be substantial. A perceived retreat or indecisiveness in one area can have ripple effects across the globe, influencing perceptions of American power and reliability. This isn't just about moving troops around, it's about projecting strength, commitment, and a clear strategic vision on the world stage. When that projection is muddled by sudden cancellations and lack of explanation, it can create a dangerous vacuum of understanding and trust. This situation highlights a recurring theme in U.S. politics: the delicate balance between executive authority in foreign policy and the oversight role of Congress. While the President and the Pentagon have broad powers to direct military operations, Congress holds the purse strings and is meant to be a check on unchecked power. When that check feels ignored or circumvented, the system of governance is strained. So, what do you think about this? Are Republicans justified in their outrage, or is there a strategic reason for the deployment's cancellation that we aren't privy to? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The Army leaders are on the hot seat, and Congress is demanding answers. The message from Capitol Hill is loud and clear: this decision, and the lack of transparency surrounding it, is unacceptable. We'll be watching closely to see what unfolds and what this means for America's role on the global stage.